Hello, Miami. It's 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will, stuck in traffic right now as the Miami Hurricanes defeat the Aggies of Texas A&M 48-33. Tyler Van Dyke throws for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. TVD just carved up that Aggie defense that in 2021 had the number one recruiting class in the country. Not only the number one recruiting class in the country, it is pretty much a top 10 recruiting class all around. Jimbo Fisher, as we know, is one heck of a recruiter. The offense that the Aggies posted last week against a lesser opponent was being talked about by basically all of ESPN. A&M was a 4-point favorite to beat the Miami Hurricanes here at the Rock, and they were still going to throw it all over the field. Talking about how big they are also at the O-line position. Miami's defense shut that door. I know it's 33 points, but from my opinion, if I'm being honest, it was really not as close as it has been. All right, yeah, thank you, Big Ken, go Canes. It was not as close. Okay, 2 of those touchdowns were on a short field, basically because of special teams mishaps and so on. But the Miami Hurricanes were able to do it. They were very successful in doing it, and they damn sure made sure they made a statement tonight. The offensive line kept TVD clean for the most part. Not the running yards you would want, but pretty much A&M sold out and dared Miami to beat them with their passing game. And TVD did not disappoint as he flat out carved up that 4 and 5-star loaded defensive backfield that is pretty much Texas A&M. So a very successful night for the Canes as far as defense goes, offense goes as well. Some missed opportunities on special teams. The muff punt by Xavier Restrepo, the missed field goal by Andy Borregales. But Brashard Smith made it all better with a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, which, by the way, I was yelling in the crowd, you can't stop that dude. You're not going to catch him. You're not going to catch him. And they did not catch him. All right, I was impressed with the offensive line whatsoever. But I will say this, though. The Canes also had another opponent on the field, and that was the officiating. The officiating was absolutely horrible. I saw pretty much some of the worst officiating in this game, and yet the Canes were able to put up 48 points on the field. Holding calls not being called. False starts. One of the touchdowns that A&M had, there was a false start. The referee completely missed it, which was horrible. He should have gotten it. Completely missed it, as well. And of course the horrific pass interference call on Devontae Brown. Like I was telling my buddy, who works with me at the school where I work at, that the pass interference was for what? Trying to get an interception. He literally got caught for funding the guy. It was hilarious. And of course, the pass interference, on that deep ball that both Cam Kitchens and the defensive back, I think it was Daryl Porter Jr. with the Corey Couch, broke up. Pass interference as well. James Williams was the guy with a targeting call. It was, even from where I was sitting, you could tell that wasn't targeting. So it was just basically, a lot of things against the Canes. The pundits were against the Canes. The refereeing was not in favor early on, the officiating, but Miami still managed to pull it out. 2 turnovers in the game, a beautiful interception by Cam Kitchens, that put Miami in a short field as well. They got points out of that. A nice interception at the end of the game by the Corey Couch as well, to end the game as well. Lance Guidry is a hell of a defensive coordinator. They harassed Carter Wakeman the entire game, and they shut that running game down. All right, a great defensive coordinator. And Shannon Dawson is a magnificent coordinator. It's basically day and night from what we saw last year with Josh Gaddis. And also I will say that that Kevin Steele wasn't very good either. All right, Steele didn't have a good season either. Okay, and yes, Peanut brings up about Cam's neck that hurt. I heard it was a back. But let's hope let's hope X-rays are negative. They carted him off for precaution. As well. Scary. He is the rock of that defense. He's the best defensive player, on the Miami Hurricanes, and he's probably the best defensive back in America. You hate to see that happen to him. Really hope for him. He's a young kid. He's got the future. He's got a great future ahead of him, in the NFL especially. So I really, really hope that, he obviously next week is Bethune. Take a break, against Bethune, and he could be back hopefully the following week or after that. Hopefully it's just, I don't know. I don't don't want to rush him because, he got carted off, and that's something that's very scary. And I hate to see that. As a dad myself, you hate to see, a young individual like that, being carted off. So that's a thing. But I will say this, man, all around, Jacoby George balled out. He could have had that touchdown, the post pattern in the end zone. that he dropped the ball, but I think he saw a sideline first, and he was trying to keep his feet in bounds, and he missed that opportunity to score a touchdown. But again, 3 touchdowns in the game, a monster bomb he caught, by Tyler Van Dyke, getting separation from the defensive back, and then juking him to be able to get into the end zone. Miami was just a better team. Miami was just a better team. Yeah, Big Kane, Peanut, thank you so much for commenting. Brian Humphrey, thank you. It was a very solid game. I'm very happy with today's performance. This team is for real, guys. This team is for real. Okay, this team is for real. Texas A&M is no slouch. They may not beat Alabama, they may not be able to beat Georgia, but they're not a crappy team. This is a signature win for Mario Cristobal. An SEC team, a team that always recruits well. The state of Texas is loaded with money especially for football. Traffic is moving a little bit, guys. This team is good. All right, they're not a slouch. Okay, they always play Alabama tough as well. So I don't want anybody to think that that's how the season goes. Listen, this is a good win. This is a win that will set the tone for the rest of the season, and it shows that Miami is ready and can be competitive against anybody. All right, can be against anybody. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off to driving. Okay, thank you guys for watching, for commenting. I love y'all out there in Canes world. God bless you guys soon. Go Canes, and tomorrow go Dolphins. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share this video, okay? Because it's post game. The voice is gone. The voice of 305 Sports now is gone because he was shouting, I was screaming, and I was yelling at referees and cheering for the Canes. And that's what you need to do, man. Canes Nation, though you made a statement tonight, you should be happy. Go out and celebrate. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.